that business went down. I moved back to my mom's house at 30 years old. I had a truck that got repoed for my mom's house.
Big contract, actually. It kicks off next year. It's our first multi-million-dollar project that we just got awarded.
If they're starting a business, then I'm going to support. I'm going to help them grow. I have whatever information I have, they have it as well.
It's changed 100%. I wake up so energized every day. I wake up motivated. Man, what can we do today? Like, what can we do to push Elite today even more,
So when I started the podcast, guys, I started the podcast because I was like, man, there's so many people out there doing a lot of cool shit that I was like, man, I need to reach out to them and talk to them and try to find a way to network with them so I can learn about their business and like figure out like the ins and outs about business and how they do things. Okay. You know what I mean? And one of the things that I remember was like, man, when I first started, I was like, man, I'm going to hit up the guys from Elite Electric because I was like, I don't know why, or how or what, but I started seeing you guys all over social media.
Yeah.
You guys' marketing has been good. Yeah. I cut his hair on Saturday, and I was like, I told you straight up, I was like, man, like your guys' marketing I think is what's separating you guys in business when it comes to electrical. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody else is doing that. And like somebody like me that has a business and notices stuff like that, I know how important it is to market. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I want to introduce to you guys Steven.
Yeah, Steven.
Steven and Luis, the owners of Elite Electric.
Yep.
You know, and honestly, the first question that I have for you guys, because this is kind of it's not often when you see two people owning one business. You know what I'm saying? Being partners. Yeah. You know, so how did you guys meet?
Shit, we've been best friends for like, 17, almost 18 years now?
17 years.
Yeah, so we've actually been like I said, 17 years ago, we hit it off. We met through mutual friends. And then we kind of started hanging. We didn't really hang out a lot, but we were hanging out. And then, just throughout the years, man, like we've been best friends. He was in the Army. He had joined the Army. I joined the Army right behind him. We got into the same unit in the Army. That brought us a lot closer as far as more than just friends, that whole military, brotherhood and everything. So we was in the military together. He did 12 years. I did 8. And then also at that same time, because we were National Guard in the Army, that same time we was going to school. Yeah. And we started going to school for the electrical journeymans. And so we were both in the union. So he was 2 years ahead of me. He got a head start, and then I got behind him on that one. And then he broke up. When he was broken over to his journeymans, I was still finishing up my journeymans in school. And then he was already pursuing his master's at that time. So the way it works is, the apprenticeship is 4.5 years of school. So you go to school once every 2 weeks. And then throughout that same time, though, you're working at the same time. So you're doing on-the-job training. And then so whenever he had broken over, and then after you break over and you get your journeymans, you have to still put in 2 years. And after your 2 years, then you can accumulate your master's. Okay, so you can't start an electrical business unless you have a master electrician. Yeah, So then he already had that going for him. So then when I broke over, that was around the time when COVID was hitting, right?
Right before COVID. It
was like pretty
much right when COVID started, November 19.
So and then he already had like a business. He already had a general contract. He already had left the union. And he had a general contractor's business at first, and I would go help him on the side. I was still working for the union, but I would always go help him after work when I would get off work, and then kind of realized that our specialty obviously was electrical. You know what I'm saying? Like we was doing a bigger turnaround, just focusing on electrical work, not doing the whole general contractor's work and whatnot. Yeah. So then he kicked off Elite Electric November of 2019, and then. He asked me to come on board, and I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of skeptical at first because at that time I had just bought my brand new house. That was my first house that I purchased, and I was kind of scared at first, because obviously starting a business with nothing, it's scary. You know what I'm saying? That's how we started. We started with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I finally committed, went on board. We did our whole owner partnership contracts and everything like that. Started out of his house was over on 13th in Custer. And his garage was our shop. Yeah. And then his laundry room was our office.
Dang. Dang.
And then
Humble beginning.
yeah,
Humble beginnings, for real.
yeah, we pulled up whatever money we had out from our pockets, bought our first vehicles, just straight cash. You
Yeah.
know, a couple vans.
Yeah.
And then we had another guy helping us too, named Larry. And so it was pretty much just us three.
Yeah.
And we worked a lot.
We've been working a lot ever since.
Ever since,
you
bro.
know.
Yeah.
Man, I kind of want to put into perspective for the guys that are listening and the girls that are listening, everybody who's listening. You guys are both from Wichita.
I'm from Wichita. I'm born and raised in Wichita.
Born and raised in Wichita, you?
I was actually born in Utah.
Uh-huh.
But I lived here in Wichita most of my life.
Most of your life? You went to high school here and everything?
Yeah, I went to high school here.
What
Yeah.
high school did you go to?
I kind of jumped around, honestly. Like, I was kind of bad in high school.
Yeah.
So I started in Heights, got kicked out of Heights, went to North, got kicked out of North, went to Metro.
And that's where you ended up graduating from?
Well, actually, I didn't graduate.
You
Believe it or
didn't
not.
graduate?
I didn't graduate.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you ended up having to go through...
I ended up getting a full-time job when I was young. You know, I kind of had a rough, I kind of had a rough childhood where, like, me and my siblings, we didn't have like a dad around.
Yeah.
My mom tried to do everything she could to make sure we was all fed. But like, I just ended up being young, dropping out of school and getting a job.
Yeah.
Thinking that, working a little 9-to-5 job was the way to do it. And I did that for a while until I realized I was like, I need to get my GED and do something.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I got my GED when I was like 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the Army came.
Then the Army came afterwards.
Yeah. Did you go to the Army at the same, in the same age group?
I actually joined when I was 19.
19?
So I tried
Can
to.
you pull the mic down just a little lower?
Yeah.
Yeah, and closer. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, so I tried to join when I was 17, and so I had to have my dad's permission, and he wasn't ready for it, so he put it off. And so when I turned 19, I said, all right, I'm ready. I'll get a $20,000 bonus.
Yeah.
So I was ready to go, and I chose a job that I could use outside of the military, and it was electrician. So,
Electricians.
Yeah.
Cool. And what high school did you graduate from?
West High.
West High?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Man, see, this is what I wanted to get to the bottom of, because I wanted people to really understand, like, bro, you guys are just like everybody else here.
Exactly.
Like, people who I grew up, we have like a lot of the same friend group.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we all literally from Wichita. Like, we're not some people who came here from another state to build something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys literally are part of the community.
Yeah.
You know, from kids to up to where you guys are at now. You know, owning your own business.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I wanted to bring out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's the most important thing. Creating a business for the community you were born in, and like changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Changing for the better and
Yeah.
becoming part of Wichita.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? Because like you said, you had hard beginnings. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You didn't have your father around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I have similar background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you just said right now, like I never had guidance, right? So like this whole electrical trade, like there's a school. Like I thought, us, I mean, especially like Latinos, you know what I'm saying? Like our parents always just busted their ass, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just really, there's a lot of cultures like that.
Yeah.
But they never, everybody just instills in your head that you have to finish high school and go straight to college.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people don't talk about trade schools.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to promote to kids nowadays too. Like there's trade school. I didn't even know what a trade school was till I was 23.
Yeah.
That's when I joined the apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Thinking that, I was like, because after I got my GED, I was like, okay, I'm going to start going to college. What do I want to go to college for? But then in college, you take on a debt of a lot of money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. These trade schools, you can go to trade school, get your full journeyman. And like for us, it costed us only $5,000 for the whole school.
Yeah.
For 5 years.
Yeah.
And that included your books, that included your tools, and that included all your classes.
Yeah.
That's not nothing.
No.
That's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So like going back to like when you guys were in the Army and stuff, like you knew from the get-go before you went to the Army you were going to join the electrical program?
I didn't.
Oh,
I would. So being in Wichita with aviation, I tried to be an aviation electrician.
Yeah.
At West High School, they have an engineering program. So interested in electrical engineering, I was like, well, something electrical, something I could use. So they said, well, if you go as an electrician, you're not going to get deployed. So I'm like, all right, that's something I want to do. And then, I get out of training and I got deployed a month later.
Dang.
Yeah, as an electrician. So
Where did they deploy you to?
I went to Afghanistan for a year. Yeah.
Damn. What year was that?
That was 2010 to
2010?
Yeah.
Was things chill over there at that time, or?
It was chillish. I mean, I did electrical work, so mostly construction. But I learned a lot you know, learned how to lead, learned how to. It had a lot of value to it.
Yeah.
So.
So do you guys think in the Army that you guys learned you guys had a lot of mentors and people to teach you guys how to lead a team?
I feel like in the Army, they just kind of throw you in there. You
Really?
know? Yeah. The Army's just like, hey, you're going to go take this squad, go figure it out type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you do have good leadership. You got some good NCOs and whatnot, you know, some good officers and stuff like that that'll help you. But for the most part, it's the Army, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're just figure that shit out.
Figure it
yourself.
out. Yeah.
You know, and if you don't, you're going to get your ass chewed.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you guys now own this company, Elite Electric. You know, after all these things, after, like you said, you went through all these things when you were young and the Army, and then you guys hopped out of the Army and started this, just kind of going off of intuition, I would assume that this is the right direction to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you guys wanted to do electrical work and you guys started here.
Yeah.
Like, when did the talks happen? Before Elite Electric came, when did the talks happen? Like, when did you guys actually start dreaming about, like, damn, like, this is something that we should actually start doing? When did the conversation start? And who started the conversations, or how did it happen?
So, it's like you said before, like, I started a company before Elite Electric. Me and Larry, who you talked about earlier, we started a construction company. It was LNS Construction. We did construction. I did the electrician portion, and then I would help Larry with the contracting stuff.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, I think just jumping in, getting tired of the union, because I got laid off. I was at Spirit, and I had just got my license. So I was like, well, I mean, I'm getting laid off. It's more about who you know and not what you know and how hard you work. So why not just turn over and do my own thing? So I ended up starting that company with Larry. We worked that for a while. I think mindset at that time was just a little bit, we weren't all the way in, you know, so it was, you know, we were grinding, we were making enough to, you know, pay rent and pay the stuff, you know, everything that we needed, but it ended up to a point where we kind of weren't on the same page and getting the business to where it needed to get to. And something that I don't think I've told anybody, I think he knows, and I have probably 3 or 4 other people besides my parents that, like, that business went down. I moved back to my mom's house at 30 years old. I had a truck that got repoed for my mom's house. Like, literally went up, you know, we were grinding and then lost everything.
Damn.
You know, I have 2 daughters. I had 2 daughters at that time. So moving back to my mom's house, 2 daughters, just kind of having that mindset of, like, you know, I'm not done, you know, seeing where this could go. And refocusing on what I'm good at, which is electrical, and then using the people, you know, that we have around us to build something.
Yeah.
And so I started Elite Electric in 2019, November. Larry came along, and then I think in March we hit up Luis, like, hey, you know, we got some stuff going, like, take the leap, and he jumped over, and we've been, like I said, grinding ever since.
Yeah, and that point when you said that everything happened that went downhill, looking back at it now, was it something that needed to happen for you to reflect, you know what I mean, and actually set that pace for you to start taking those steps?
Yeah, it did. And like, I think most business people who start businesses, and you can see a lot of them that have had some kind of, like, event like that changes where they're going or how they're doing things. And I think that had to happen for me to feel like, all right, like, where are we going to go from here, and how to do better. So.
And try to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that. I think we all have that at the beginning, man. I think at the beginning something triggers, like, man, I think it's time for me to either change this, add this person on, or, you know, so we can level up, you know, and see what can happen.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because I think at the beginning, when it comes to business, man, sometimes we sign up for something and we don't know, like, exactly what we're signing up for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Is that something you guys have learned throughout business when you guys first opened to now? Like, man, is there been points in the beginning? I'm talking about the beginning where you guys were like, man, this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have you guys had those talks with each other?
When he asked me to come on board, like you just said it, right? Like, for me, I never even thought about ever being a business owner. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it just kind of happened for us. It happened really fast. I just thought like, you know, me coming on board with Steven and being a partner in Elite, we were just going to do like miscellaneous work here and there and just be steady with just like maybe a few of us guys and then just be like that for a while. I never thought that we were going to blow up the way we did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been a lot of humbling experiences, like he said too, you know, just a lot of, there's always going to be downs, obviously, as a business. You know, you already know that.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And it's a struggle. It's a struggle, but at the same time, it's a lesson learned every day too. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a way, especially when you got a great crew, a lot of support. You know what I'm saying? Especially like one thing about me and Steven, like a lot of people ask us this question: how do business partners? Do you guys as business partners? Do you guys ever clash? Do you guys ever fear that you guys one person's gonna just leave or something like that? One thing about me and Steven, we always had like this silence agreement between each other. We never really talked about it, but like I would never leave him hanging and he would never leave me hanging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've never bumped heads, not once. We've been in this business for it's going to be our 5th year anniversary this November. We've never not once bumped heads. You know what I'm saying? But it's just because we kind of delegate things on each other though. You know what I'm saying? And we keep each other accountable too. You got to have that balance. You know what I'm saying? And having that balance, you can move mountains, man.
No, for sure.
You can definitely move mountains.
Do you feel like that's the reason having two of you or, three, I'm not sure who's all in, but having you guys together, it has pole vaulted you guys faster?
Go ahead.
I'd say yes. Just because, obviously, two minds are better than one.
Yeah.
And we both have strengths that are different. I have strengths that he doesn't have, and he has strengths that I don't have.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do this without him. And the other people that we brought in, Larry, and we just brought Mike on. These people, like, whenever it's time to level up, I feel like it's time to find new talent and bring them on because, we're not trying to work in this, for 40 years just to be doing it.
Yeah.
We're here to build a company, build a brand, build a name, build community. So I think bringing on people and using collaboration, that's the best way to grow. And that's literally how we've been doing it since the start. Yeah.
Do you feel like now that you guys have the company now, and how many employees do you guys have now?
I think we got, is it 12 or 13?
Yeah.
Something like that.
12 or 13.
12 or 13
yeah. Now that you guys have these people under you, did you guys have to change characteristics in your guys' lives or things in your guys' lives to be able to lead these people differently? Do you feel like there was stuff that you guys had to change or evolve into, grow into from the point where the business started to now?
So I will say, like, just of this year, we restructured our whole business this year that we've been getting more employees. Up until this year, me and Steven were still working in the field.
Yeah.
We were still tooling up and working with our guys in the field.
Yeah.
As of this year, we finally came to like, hey, like to be a good like leader and keep this business getting bigger and better, we have to step away from the field, focus on just the office aspect of everything, you know what I'm saying? Pushing the estimates out, meeting clients, getting the work, getting it fast, continuing just like focusing on that and also kind of stepping away to let our guys run the work and we're not babysitting them anymore.
Yeah.
Because before we would always be overseeing them and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that also gives a way of, that's just where the military mentality comes in too, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to learn if you don't get thrown out with the wolves? You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where we're at with our guys, you know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing this year that we did. Like now, we rarely should probably ever tool up anymore.
Yeah. Did you guys figure that out yourself, or will somebody come to you guys and be like, hey, if you guys want to grow the business, this is something you guys need to do, and step away and put the tools down? Or is that something you guys figured out on your own?
Pretty much just figured that out on our own.
Yeah.
I think
was it hard to do that?
Podcast.
Oh,
books,
listening to podcasts, books.
Podcasts and books. I mean, really, it's just the thing that you see over and over, and it's really just mentality shift. Like you were saying, like that's the mentality you have to have, no matter, letting go of the control, and just trusting your people, giving them guidance where is needed, and we've pulled back a lot, and it's like it's been going. So
I mean, you see all these entrepreneurs, when they're on podcasts and whatnot, like they started their business, same thing, kind of a lot like us, where they're out there grinding it out like multiple crazy hours, but eventually they got a structure going, and that's what we're building up right now, a structure to where us as the owners, we can build this, system to where somebody could come into my position now and just take over. I can train them, take over, and I can step away and I can just oversee it.
Yeah.
And we can leave for, well, let's say a month on a vacation, and
Yeah.
everything's still rolling.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right
Yeah.
now, like trying to roll on that.
Okay, cool. Because I think that's where you guys are at a point in your business where you have to do that.
Yeah.
Because if you guys don't make that change, I don't think anything will change.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because I mean, we've all been to that point in business. You know, when are you gonna stop doing this and delegate this to somebody?
Exactly.
You know, I'm young, so it took me a while to figure that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like you guys, I hit a point in my career where I was like, I need to. There's something that's the growth is coming. What is the thing that I need to change, and what do I need to delegate? What are these things? Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm like you. You know, I had to listen to podcasts. I had to read books. You know, I had to figure it out by myself. You know, because there was not there. Like, I mean, like you said, I'm a Latino, bro. Like a lot of my family, we don't come from business like that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We had to figure it out by ourselves.
Yeah.
And like I said, I opened up my shops when I was 23.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like very young.
Yeah, I
And
always
like you
remember walking in and seeing you, because Tasha used to cut my
Yeah,
hair
yeah,
over, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I always just admired your drive, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like every time, we never really talked a whole lot because I was always quiet and whatnot,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like just seeing your brick and mortar, you know, your
Yeah.
foundation that you built, man, it was very, you know, that motivated me too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
man, I
So,
appreciate that, bro.
yeah,
I
yeah.
really appreciate that, man. It's a lot of hard work, and I
It
think
is.
you guys understand. You know what I mean? There's a lot of times where you wake up in the morning and you're like, "Damn, I got to do this today."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to talk to this person today.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes those are tough conversations you need to have with employees, with people who work for you.
That's
You know
the
what
hard-
I'm
That's
saying?
the hardest part, bro.
That's the hardest part.
When you got to
because-
manage people like
when-
that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you feel like do you guys ever wake up and think like, damn, today I have to go talk to so and so about this? And when you guys first had to have conversations like that, were they tough for you guys to have?
I think yes. I think it started with us having those conversations with each other. We've kind of, being in a partnership, you have to be able to talk to each other and not be able to get butthurt.
Yeah.
And I think learning that with each other and be able to say, hey, this is where I think you're lacking. This is where I need you to do. You know, when we do that with each other, it's difficult, but also, you know, our families are relying on us to perform. So I think that kind of taught us to do that with people. And one thing I've heard about, like, that kind of got me in that mindset was like with Gary Vee. I listen to a lot of Gary Vee, and he talks about learn how to hire quickly but fire faster. And that's we've built processes to where when we have to make those hard conversations, it's because people have put themselves in that situation. We've given them everything to succeed. We've given them the guidelines that they have, and if they mess up, then they know what they did.
Yeah.
So we've kind of put it to where if you mess up, you know what you did and you know what's coming. Those conversations, they're still hard, but they've gotten easier. I think just
Over
time.
Repetition. Same
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah, just like you said, like he just said, man, like at first, because like we started from nothing. We didn't know all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we had to let go a lot of people already, you know what I'm saying? It's not that we want to. We want to help everybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like any other company out there, you know, you make mistakes or you're slacking or something, there's going to be consequences, you know what I'm saying? And us as young business owners, people kind of take us for granted. You know, we had employees before that took us for granted because we're really nice, you know, and but like we're young, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't take us serious, but you know what? We are trying to build a multi-million-dollar company here. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to come with, now we have employee handbooks. So every time these guys, you know, we get hired, they have to sign that handbook. And then whenever stuff they mess up, we got to bring it up to them, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, before we would tell them all the time, you know, we would have to bring stuff up for them. Now it's just a point to where, look, you know what you're wrong, and we see everything, you know what I'm saying? And like, even like, so like we have a point system now too, right? So like, if you're calling in a lot or if you're, you know, late or something like that, all that stuff accumulates, you know what I'm saying? Just like any other company would. You're an adult. This is you know what I'm saying? And if we have to talk to you, there's an issue, you know what I'm saying? The last thing that we want to do though is get anybody in
Let
trouble.
somebody go.
Yeah, so
Yeah, because that's always tough, man, because, I mean, I've had to do that before, man, and that's the toughest part.
It is.
That's the toughest
'Cause
part.
you build, you know, us like
you build a relationship with
you
them.
build a relationship with them.
You build a relationship with them, man. But at the end of the day, I think one thing that I realized too when I was in tough situations like that, I had to really look myself in the mirror and be like, what kind of owner am I?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to handle this situation?
Yeah.
You know, I had mentors. I had people that I would call for advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were older than me, that had businesses, and they would tell me straight up.
Yeah.
And I think you guys will agree with this, that the brand is the most important thing.
We just had a meeting about that the other day.
The brand is the most important thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
Elite Electric is your guys' brand.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, you guys know this, man. Like, it is Stephen and Luis's business, but at the end of the day, what they see is Elite Electric.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You guys are in the back, taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of. But what people see is Elite Electric.
Yeah, exactly.
So what they do falls on you guys, falls on Elite Electric. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Same thing for me. You
Yeah.
know, so when I understood that and when I learned that, man, things got better.
Yeah.
I think maybe for you guys too. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, when you guys started making tough decisions that needed to be made, you guys' business probably grew.
Yeah.
Things changed, the vibes changed,
Yeah.
atmosphere changed. And did you guys see that when tough situations happen?
It did. So whenever we've let go of people like that, you know, that we've had issues with, or that, you know, it's like you said, we are too nice at times, just because, people have families. You know, that's a decision. When we make a decision like, hey, we're letting you go, you know, now they have to find somewhere else to go. They have kids, but really what we put it up to is, hey, this is your decision. You've made this decision for us.
Yeah.
We don't have to make the decision. So
Yeah.
But we also just don't like come at our guys. So we do reviews with our guys though too. You know what I'm saying? So we'll do like 60-day reviews, 6-month reviews and stuff like that. We have, like I said, we do like a whole like point system, and nobody's perfect.
No.
Nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So we do like a 1 to 5 point scale. And, first we'll have our meeting with like the leadership, and then we'll have a meeting with, let's say we're going to do a review on an apprentice. We'll call him his journeyman first. Hey, tell us about this apprentice. How's he doing? Give me a point system here, and let me know what he can work on and whatnot. And we bring that up. You know, whether we would rather focus on letting that person know where they're lacking. We appreciate everything good that they do. Don't. And we tell them, like, don't think it doesn't go unnoticed, because we see the good. But how we're going to make you better, we got to point out your mistakes, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
As good leaders, because
Yeah.
that's what we are. You know, we're the leaders. We're the top dogs of this company. You know what I'm saying? So, and like you said, we're protecting the brand.
Yep.
You know, so who's out there representing the brand? All these guys going to customers' houses every day. You know, are you dressed professional? Are you dressed clean? When you walk in, do you present yourself professionally? You know, all that stuff. We review all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it reflects back on me.
Man, that's very important, bro. I'm glad you guys are doing that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are doing that. But you know why? Because, for me, trades, like trades like you, like electrical, HVAC, plumbing, when it comes to all those things, bro, like, I've dealt with them before.
Yeah.
You know, I've remodeled 3 houses. I've remodeled the coffee shop. I remodeled both barbershops.
Yeah.
I've dealt with everybody, good and bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I wish happened with trades that you guys are doing is, I wish they took it more serious.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, sir, I'm sure there is some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like they're so important. They're so important, bro. Like, they make the world go around. You know what I'm saying? And I wish they seen it that way, because some of them just don't take it. They just, I'm a plumber. Like, bro, you know how important you are?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Like, bro, like,
it's gonna be around forever, bro.
Forever, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? My little
Yeah.
brother was struggling trying to find a career. He graduated. He was 18 years old, and he graduated. And like you said, we didn't grow up with a dad.
Yeah.
You know, like, my dad went to jail when I was 11.
Okay.
You know, and then he's been living in Mexico ever since.
Okay.
But I had to figure out everything by myself.
Yeah.
You know, it took me a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
luckily, I had a son at a young age, and I felt like I grew with him. You know, as soon as he hit the floor, I was like, damn, I got to change this. I got to adjust. I got to move this way. So and that's what helped me. So when my little brother was 18 years old and graduated high school, I was like, he asked me, like, bro, I don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really good with school, with college and books and stuff like that, you know? I said, look, bro, I'm going to tell you something that I've learned, and you have to find a trade.
Exactly.
You have to find a trade. And he's like, well, I just don't know how to do anything. I was like, bro, learn.
Yeah.
Bro, learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have tools, bro. Buy the tools.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? Go to HVAC school.
Yeah.
Go to HVAC school. And he's like, you think so? I said, yeah, bro. I was like, go to HVAC school.
Yeah.
So he went to HVAC school. I was calling some of my friends that have HVAC companies, and I was like, yo, what's something that where does my little brother need to go
Yeah.
to figure this stuff out?
Yeah.
Bro, he went to school. Bro, now he works for an HVAC company.
There you go.
Learning HVAC.
There you go.
Posting videos.
Yeah.
You know, I tell him all the time, bro, post a video of every HVAC. Every time you go to an HVAC system, bro, post it before, post it after.
Yeah.
Post that shit on your story. Next thing you know, someone's going to message you.
Exactly.
Bro, can you come fix my AC?
Yep.
Here's $100. Here's $150.
So that's what we separate from other electrical companies.
That's
here.
what I was just about to bring up.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I brought it up.
Yep.
Because you guys is marketing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Was that when you guys were starting in Lee Electric? Was that something you guys that was your main focus, or was that just something you guys like to do and it just translated into what it is now?
I think for us, it's just like, you know, we had the logo, you know, everybody, we get compliments all the time, first of all, for the logo. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves our the way, you know, it looks and everything like that. And it was like, it kind of just built on us, like where everybody was giving us compliments and everything like that. Because like I said, we was focused on working in the field at first.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started getting involved with a lot of business groups. So BNI, WEBA, you know, all them stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We started getting involved a lot with that. And
You guys started learning?
and that's where, you know, you started kind of like, you know, we never hired anybody to do our marketing. It was just us on our own doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, like I said, we're young. You know what I'm saying? We're young entrepreneurs. And where we're at now in this life, social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just all you got to do is just, I mean, it's not much. You know what I'm saying? Pull out your phone, like you just said, tell your brother, hey, man, record some stuff. People are going to notice. Boom, we got a lot of like people noticing us because of that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we stand behind the work, too. You know, it's just not us. It's like, oh, let's go change this panel, make it look good, take a picture, put it up on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything's the code.
Yeah.
Everything's the standard. Everything is going to be safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we promoted that, too. And just being smart about it, though. But like I said, just the main thing, though, getting out there and putting your face so people can see who you are. So that's one thing about me and Steven is going to all these networking events, they know who we are. So when you think of Elite Electric now, you know, oh, that's Steven's company. That's Luis's company.
Yeah.
They know who we are now.
Man, funny story, bro. So me and Tiffany, we have a business coach. Her name's Coach Lee.
Yeah.
And she had a luncheon
Yeah.
last month.
Okay.
And we were in there chilling. It was our first time going to the luncheon.
Yeah.
And I met this guy in there, man. He does, I forgot exactly what he does, but he does something with credit cards. But he has a big company. He does really well for himself.
Yeah.
He's probably going to listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
So anyways, I ran into him today. And he was like, hey, bro, I really like your podcast. I really like everything you got going on. I was like, man, I appreciate that, man. He's like, when's your next one? I was like, I actually shoot one tonight. And then I was like, these guys who own an electrical company. He's like, Elite Electric? I said, yeah. I said, yeah, those guys. I said, you know? He's like, yeah, I've met him at one of your guys' events.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's dope.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
dope.
Because I was like, the marketing is working.
Yeah, exactly.
The branding is working. Everything is working, man. Now it's just up to you guys to adjust where it needs to be adjusted and implement what needs to be implemented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is there anything you guys have planned here pretty soon, or anything that you guys want to start working on to help develop the company?
I mean, yeah. So we have talking marketing wise or just business wise.
Just anything that you feel like is gonna be helping the business here too.
We just got our veteran certification, which is like a certification. You're certified as a veteran business. They have a minority business and some other things that you can get certified in. But now we're able to do city contracts, bid on government projects. I'm going this weekend to take my test in Dallas to get certified for Oklahoma, Texas, so that we're able to do work in these areas. That's a big push that we've been working on this last couple weeks, and then
Expanding outside of Kansas.
Bro, you guys are dreaming big.
Yeah.
You guys are dreaming big, bro.
Yeah,
this is not small talk.
Yeah.
Top of electrical work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys are dreaming big, man, and
Yeah.
that's dope. You know what I mean? Like, where do you guys think, when you guys really think about it, bro? Because I know me, every time I wake up in the morning, bro, I have something that drives me, that pushes me to get better. And to me, I have my kids looking at me, bro. You know what I mean? Every day. They look up to me. And I know if I get better, they get better.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So what's something that really pushes you guys to do these type of things, bro? Because you guys could be comfortable and be all right.
Yeah.
Just chilling, like what you guys got going on.
Yeah.
So what is it I'm sure it's a different range for each of you guys, but when you guys can go first, what is it that keeps you guys trying to learn more and trying to grow the business?
For me, like I have kids too. I have 3 daughters. Just I know that they're watching me. Really, my employees, Luigi. I mean, being able to perform and build a better life for everybody around me. Anybody in business that's like a friend of mine, they know that if they're starting a business, then I'm going to support. I'm going to help them grow. I have whatever information I have, they have it as well. Really, just like I'm trying to grow this thing to where it's so we're in Dallas, we're in Oklahoma, we're able to travel and get this stuff because the more people we feed, the more like we can impact the Wichita community, and then also the places surrounding us. That's really what gets me going. Is just man, I just want
trying to help others.
I just want to help others. I want this thing just to I just want to blow up.
Blow up.
I want to blow up.
Yeah.
You, bro?
I guess like for me, like I told you earlier, like me, we grew up a real hard life growing up. Me and my siblings and with my mom and everything like that. And actually also too, like I lost a brother a long time ago too. He got killed in the military. So like ever since he passed away, he's always been a drive in my life. I wake up every day. I think about him every day. So like, and just like, like I was telling you, never thought I'd be a business owner. Seeing that how it's not, I mean, it's hard being a business owner, but it's not hard to like start more businesses. So like we have other ventures too that, we've been taking off on too. And just like, just waking up every day knowing that you can, man, you can do so much in this world. You know what I'm saying? As long as you put your mind to it and the drive to it and the hard work, it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? So just getting up every day, motivated, like, all right, what are we doing today? What can we do today? Before we end the day, like how far can we move today? You know what I'm saying? And like he said though too, now that people see how much we've grown in such a short period of time, people look up to us now. We've had a lot of friends that look up to us. A lot of my family members, like I said, I'm one of the first people, I won't say the first one, but one of the first people to have a business in my family. All my family work 9 to 5s. And so like a lot of my family looks up to me and I don't want to let them down. Yeah. Especially like I don't have no kids, but I got a lot of nephews and nieces. You know what I'm saying? And they text me all the time like, Theo, I'm proud of you. I'm just like, this can be you at a younger age than when I started. I was 30 years old when I got on board with Elite. You know what I'm saying? I'm 34 now. My nephews and nieces, I want them to start maybe a business when they're right out of high school. You know what I'm saying? And I told them, I will be here to guide you now because now I have the knowledge. Yeah. They can look up, they can call me and I tell them, like, you can call me anytime because now I know what to expect. I never had, like you did. You got to learn it. Yep. I had to learn it.
Yep. Knowledge is key.
Yeah, exactly.
And experience is the most important thing.
And that's where I'm at every day now. And I still learn new things every day. You know what I'm saying? I still want to continue to learn. That's what motivates me every day. Like, we've made it this far. I didn't think we was going to make it this far. How much further can we go? That's where I'm motivated at. Damn. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy, bro, because I really, like, shit like that motivates me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit lights a fire under me every time. And that's why I started the podcast, because I want to talk to other entrepreneurs, bro. Because this is, my mindset is where you guys are, bro. You know what I mean? And stuff like this, man, gets me hyped and really gets me motivated for the future, especially here in Wichita. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a huge advocate of, like, trying to grow here as much as possible. Of course. Bring things here as much as possible. Figure out what it's missing. You know what I mean? And people like you guys are keys to that. You know what I mean?
We've already been tapping into that industry too.
Yeah, for sure. What are some jobs you guys have done recently here around Wichita that are dope, that you guys are proud of?
Man, we've done a lot.
What's one that sticks out to you, though? What's one that sticks out to you that you're like, man, I did the electrical work over there?
Man, we did, what was that downtown building? That was a pretty good project.
On the commerce, it's called Traject. It's a call center. Yeah. But it's
pretty high, like high-end lighting, bougie. Yeah, cool. Like we did a lot of design build with them too.
What do you like about that job?
It was just, the thing about me that satisfies me, so like I'm in charge of all the estimates in my company, right? You can literally give me prints, and what satisfies me is I can look at this print and there's nothing already out in the field, right? There's just an empty field. And I can look at this print, I can already visualize the structure. And just the process of going from a piece of paper to 100% complete is so satisfying. You know, like, dang, I put together all that planning Well, we did. I should say we, because that's not all me, but we did all this. Like I'm saying, like, the whole process of just starting from nothing and then building it up and then just seeing the customer's face at the very end. Because we're always the last one. We're always going to be the last trade on these job sites, right? Kick on the lights and you just see the bright face on the customers. It's just, it's satisfying, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up. You guys do finish work.
Yeah.
Finish work.
Yeah.
Everybody else is pretty much done when you guys come in.
Yeah. But we've done a lot of restaurants. We've done the, Two Hands Corn Dog on WC campus. We did the Chicken Max over on the west side. We did Jersey Mike's in Derby. We did the Five Below store. We tap into everything. We do everything residential, commercial, and light industrial.
Yeah.
So we don't, we started off just doing residential and we started getting bigger, you know what I'm saying? And boom, started tapping in more in commercial. And now we're over here taking on 100,000 plus jobs, you know what I'm saying? And we actually just locked in our first big contract. Actually, it kicks off next year. It's our first multi-million-dollar project that we just got awarded.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So,
And that's dope.
Yeah.
And that's a job you guys had to bid for.
Yep.
Yeah. And do you guys think that your guys' brand and name and marketing has something to do with you guys getting that job? Or you guys' job and like just all together what you guys have been doing with the company helped you guys land that job?
It was the brand. It was people that put in a good word for us that know our work now. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a random phone call that we got. It was somebody like, hey, I heard good things about you guys, man.
Yep.
I want to see if you guys want to take on the project this big, and we're all for it. You know what I'm saying?
See, that shit gave me chills, bro,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, bro, it's marketing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Me and my barbers talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Are you marketing? Or some people be telling me all the time, like, man, my business is struggling. First thing I do is go to their Instagram and Facebook. Like, bro, go to your Google.
Yeah.
Bro, you ain't marketing.
Exactly.
Last time you posted was 3 years ago.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, we're in an era where that is necessary.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's intriguing, and it's eye-catching, and it draws you to people.
Of course.
And people get drawn to you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just because of the marketing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's literally why we're doing this podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen you guys out there marketing your ass off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Posting the pictures, going to the meetings, doing the things that people don't want to do.
Exactly.
Especially in your guys' trades.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of them, it's weird. I don't know. There's like this, I'm sure it's not all of them, but like some of them are, like some trades, they're like kind of against that social media stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like word of mouth and it's kind of old school. You know what I mean?
That's on them. Like for us though, like we collaborate with, even like us as electricians,
Yeah.
we collaborate with other electrical contractors.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, there's plenty of work out there for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you got a problem with us, we don't have a problem with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, no, we do help like a lot of there's a lot of good contractors that we will recommend.
Yeah.
There's times where either we're too busy. There's times where it's just like, just a job that's maybe too small right now for us to do or too big for us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? We support other electrical contractors because that's who we are as good owners. And guess what? Because I feel like for us, if we give, we support other people, guess what? They're going to support us right back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we've already had that. We've had other electrical contractors like, hey, man, I'm going to give you guys this job now because you guys gave me this one or something like that. And you guys can handle it better than I could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a matter of just, man, there's plenty of work out there for everybody.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then also promoting, like I said, we go to the networking events. We invite people, like even other contractors with us. You know what I'm saying?
So you can get some work.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We started from nothing. We know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Especially for these more local guys. Like you said, we're trying to support more local. So a lot of these more local guys, we'll invite them over. Like, come on, man, come over here. Come promote yourself. Come with your little 30-second pitch commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that a lot of businesses need to learn. But if they don't know, man, you got to have a little pitch commercial. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to be, who are you? Tell me about yourself. Boom, what do you offer?
You got to know the brand.
You got to know the brand. You know
Man,
what I'm
that's
saying?
so crazy. Literally earlier today, we met with the kid that's going to be doing social media for us.
Yeah.
Kid, 19 years old, 20 years old. But we just saw something in him. Like, he came up to us very, like, just very go-getter, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I'm not going to college. I dropped out of college. I'm going to just pursue what I want to do. And that's, I want to own my own marketing company.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I got to start here. And I was like, man, this is dope. So me and Tiffany were like, man, we're going to help you out.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be doing some marketing for us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it was just because he did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He walked up. He sold himself.
He sold himself.
He
bro.
sold himself.
He sold himself and came.
Yep.
And I see hella value in that.
Yeah.
If anything, that's the most valuable thing. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Because you know how to carry yourself.
Yeah.
So one thing I told him, and that goes into what you were saying about your pitch, about the brand, is I told him this. I said, he has his name for his company. I forgot what it was, but he told me the name for his company. And we were talking about coffee days, and I was talking about prime time. And I told him about how everything changed for me when I was able to write out my mission statement.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I remember being 23 years old and then just working, bro. I was making good decisions, but I was just working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think I hit, I was maybe 28, 29 years old, bro.
Yeah.
When I started thinking, like, I started reading books, I started figuring things out. I started asking myself, what is prime time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was explaining to the kid that whenever I was able to write a mission statement about who my business is and what it does and what it brings to the community and what it really is, man, my business took off. I rebranded it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had direction. You know what I mean? So what I explained to him is you when you have your brand and you have your mission statement, bro, that's all you need because then you have direction.
Yep.
And if anything comes towards you when it comes to business that kind of diverts you away from it, bro, that's not something you should be doing because that doesn't pertain to the brand.
Exactly.
So stick to the brand, stick to what you believe, and I promise you're gonna follow that. It's basically what you guys did.
Yep.
You guys have the core values of a business, that's successful business.
Yep.
You know what I mean? What are some values that you guys have to have when you hire somebody? What is something that that person needs to bring to the table that makes you like, we're gonna hire this dude, or man, this guy, he doesn't fit what we got going on. What are some core values you guys look for in you guys as employees?
For me, or for us, I'd say it's, in an interview, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, first off, I try to find someone who's able to learn, someone who doesn't seem like they think they know it all.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that's humble and able to say, hey, I don't know everything, but, I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to take direction as well. Because, we've been through, hire the guy that knows everything. And when it comes to it, he doesn't. And it falls back on us because we're someone who's scared to ask questions and scared to ask for help just because they think they know everything. It messes up a lot in the background, and then we have to come back and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So finding someone who's ready to learn, also whenever they're in, integrity, finding someone who's willing to do the right thing whenever, like for us, like installs, there's guys that will go and do the quick fix instead of doing the right fix. They'll come in and say, this is easier, might be a little off, but this is what I'm trying to do. And we're looking for people who are trying to find the right fix, no matter if maybe we'll lose out on this job, or we'll break even. We're going to do what's right for the customer, and the person's home that we're in, that take care of their family, make sure that we're not doing something that's unsafe. We're not going to compromise that just for try to save our ass on some money.
Some money.
And those are probably the biggest ones for me.
You agree with him?
Yeah, that, just, and then, you could read people too, you know what I'm saying? Like try to get it to where, for us, we're trying to get like leaders, you know what I'm saying? We're building guys up to where, hey, you're going to be a project manager one day or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be, I'm going to give you prints now, and you're going to have to run this without me even saying anything no more. So having guys that have that confidence to where like, hey, I do want to be a leader one day. That's what intrigues me. You know what I'm saying? Like this kid sounds really motivated. He's not here just all timid and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? He sounds like, man, I'm here. I want to learn. I want to, I want to take on initiatives. This is that. That's what intrigues me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was that guy too. I was a timid guy. Before I was a business owner, I was always shy. I was always quiet. You know what I'm saying? Being, the military helped me out a lot, being a good leader and speaking out more. But then, like, being an owner now, you have to talk. You have to talk. You have to be open-minded. You have to be social. And that's the thing, though. My guys, guess what they're doing? They're knocking on doors every single day, going to work on a customer's house. And what do they got to do? They got to talk directly with the customer. I want to see leadership. That's where my thing is at.
No.
And loyalty.
Loyalty.
And loyalty too, because we've had some guys kind of do it dirty too.
Yeah.
So
That's part of the game.
It's all part of the game, though.
It's part of the game, bro.
Yeah,
You take
yeah.
that shit on the chin and keep going.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
say that to everybody.
Yeah.
Someone will come tell me like complaining about some stuff that happened within their business and stuff. I tell them the same thing I just told you, bro. Take that shit on the chin
Exactly.
and keep going, because this
Exactly.
is part of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's part of business.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be able to take things like as they come, you know, and learn from them. You know,
You gotta find balance now too. Always you gotta find balance. You know, that's one thing now. Like we kind of talked about it before we started the podcast. You know, so me and Steven now like kind of just we were working crazy hours, bro, like a lot, and we kind of got to a point now where like, you know what, like we need to start focusing on ourselves now a little bit more, because we were kind of, that's what I was saying. I let myself go quite a bit. You know, I was the stress kind of got to me a little bit, and I let it get to me too much. And you got to have balance though. And now we kind of came to an agreement, like, you know what, we're going to stop, probably work at this time now, 4 to 5 p.m. now, instead of working to 8 to 9 p.m. And he's, you know, spend more time with his kids. I've been over here like trying to more focus on my fitness and whatnot. And you got to find balance.
That's
too.
crazy, because that was literally going into my next question.
Yeah.
You know, my next question was basically seeing like, because this is one thing about business people don't understand. A lot of times you don't really clock out.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And even though you're not at work, bro, you're not clocked out in your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could have your friend right here telling you something, and it's happened to me plenty of times where I'm like, bro, I'm thinking about something that was going on in business.
At
I'm just
work,
like,
yeah.
you know. So that's something I had to pick up. You know, to this day, bro. I don't think it ever ends. You know, I think you have to learn how to clock out. So what I was gonna ask you guys is, now that you guys are like at this level you guys are at now, something I always say in each podcast, like it doesn't get easier, it gets harder, right? Mm-hmm. As you level up, as you know, you guys are trying to get these jobs in Oklahoma, in Texas, and bro, that it gets a little harder. It's not like it's gonna get easier.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you guys had to adapt, but like, how is it adjusting the work-life balance? You know, what are some adjustments you guys had to make? Like you were just explaining to me something about the gym. You know, is that the only thing you guys had to change, or what are some things that you guys changed that is now helping the business grow?
So you see the two phones. We got a work phone, I got a personal phone. You know, because customers will call you if you have one phone, they'll call you at 10 o'clock. They don't care.
Yeah, that's smart. I need to do that.
So having two phones has helped a lot. Being able to say, hey, you know, I'm gonna set this time aside for whether, you know, with the kids, I'm gonna do this. It's uninterrupted. This phone is here. Nobody else can reach me on my personal phone.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that we don't have a contact though. We do have emergency service call.
Yeah.
You can call our business line, and my office admin, she has that on call. So anybody can still call us at any time, and but directly to me and Steven though, you can't get a hold of us.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So doing that, I feel like that's helped a lot. And then also just like I said, mindset as far as just trying to like shut it off. Like you can't. There has to be a point where you're like, hey, this time, this stuff can wait till tomorrow. Everything's not an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
And once you realize that everything is an emergency, I think for me it was a lot easier to say, hey, I'm gonna put this down. I work better when I'm well rested,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm recharged.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm working all night, get a little bit of sleep, and then I try to wake up, I'm not going to be 100. So if I put it down, re-energize, pick it back up in the morning, I'm usually working a lot more efficient than I would be otherwise.
And that's something that doesn't just come overnight, though. We worked hard for that, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we, you know, obviously for a while building the brand, you have to put in the hours. You have to put in, you know, all in like the late nights and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And with us now, it's to a point where, you know, people want to use us, you're going to still use us either at 10 o'clock tonight or 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Mm. And we'll get with you at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I promise you, we will. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, we have a life just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And finding that balance, like he said, man, you know, we got families, man. I don't want to be working late at night. Nobody does. You know what I'm saying? We wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and, you know, well, he does. He wakes up earlier when he goes to work, runs and shit in the morning now. Yeah. But, you know, we're human.
Yeah.
We're human. And we can only do so much. And
so what, like, for example, a little bit ago, you were explaining to me that you've lost weight. You guys both quit drinking.
Yeah.
And and I've been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking about that.
Okay.
Do you guys feel like you guys have better thoughts and more ideas since you guys have been doing this?
Bro, that's understatement right there, bro.
Yeah.
I can't believe how, like, you can ask Steven, bro. My whole morale just went a full 180. You know what I'm saying? So I quit drinking in March. You know, I woke up one day. I had like I ain't gonna lie, like I had a drunken night one night. Went out with a bunch of like random like friends that I really didn't really hang out with a lot, you know, and an incident happened that night that I was involved in that I shouldn't have been involved in. And the next day I woke up and I was like, what are you doing, Luigi? Like, you have a good career going, you have a business, you have so much good in your life, so much people that support you, and you're out here acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing I want to do is put my business partner also in jeopardy with my actions. You know what I'm saying? Ever since that day, I quit drinking. I started, I mean, I took the commitments, you know, I got closer to God. And then I started just working out again, you know what I'm saying? Focusing on my health. And so like I said before, like I was like, I would admit, you know, I was drinking a lot after work, and then I'd go eat all bad, and I'd go party and all this stuff and whatnot. And
was that a coping mechanism because you were so busy and because you had so much going on?
it was more,
Or is it just a lifestyle that you picked up from a young age?
it was something that like a young age thing, but it was like also, there was a lot of personal stuff too outside of work that I was dealing with too, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, also with the stress of work, I mean, it all builds up. You know what I'm saying? It all builds up, you know what I'm saying? And I never figured out a way to manage it. I always just resorted to the bottle. That's what I did, you know what I'm saying? But it never healed anything.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? You always wake up still hurting, feeling like shit, still stressed out, still pissed off and everything like that. Ever since March, bro, man, dude, it's crazy. Like, it's changed 100%. I wake up so energized every day. I wake up motivated. Man, what can we do today? Like, what can we do to push Elite today even more? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we have other ventures that we have beyond Elite Electric now too. You know what I'm saying? We have a real estate company too. We have an epoxy company. So like this stuff that we're starting up even more now. And now I'm focused more on that now. You know what I'm saying? And man, being sober has been, I'm not saying I'm quitting drinking forever. Don't get me wrong. But I will say, like, you know, just occasions now, you know what I'm saying? And then ever since, man, I've been, like I said, I've been consistent in the gym every day now. I lost over 30 pounds since March.
And these ideas and these thoughts and these possibilities pop in your head when you're living like that,
bro.
Because that happens to me. You know what I mean? And you know, people ask me all the time, like some of my friends that I haven't seen in a long time, bro, I changed a lot. You know what I mean? But it was necessary. I had to. You know what I mean? I wanted to see what I could become. You know what I mean? I didn't want to see myself like in the same spot in 10 years. You know what I mean? 5 years, you know.
It's always fun to celebrate certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. A lot of people think, like, you know, you have to drink every weekend, though. But you don't. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Celebrate your accomplishments.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at, too, now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we hit, you know, a milestone on our business. Man, let's go celebrate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. There's nothing wrong with that,
There's
bro.
nothing wrong
There's
with that.
nothing wrong with that. You have to have that.
Exactly.
You know, that's one thing that I learned, too, is Tiffany taught me that.
Yeah.
You have to have that.
Exactly.
You know, you know, I would want to be locked up at home on a Saturday night because I want to go to the gym in the morning.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But Tiffany came into my life and she was like, babe, let's go have a drink. Let's go have, you know, it was a long week. Let's go have some fun. And I started doing that, bro. And it opened my eyes. You know, I started having different conversations with her, not only her, but my friends.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It opened up. You know what I mean?
And the fact you have that partner, though, to support you on that aspect, it's even better. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying?
It changed. It changed, bro. It changed my trajectory to where I was headed.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be doing this podcast without her.
Yeah,
Look, we're in the
exactly.
coffee shop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is a whole vibe. I asked you guys when you guys came in, I was like, how you guys feel about being in here, you know? And honestly, we created this place because we wanted it to be a creative space.
Of course.
And that's literally why I did the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, and because of it was time for me to get out of my comfort zone and do some stuff like this and get into the community some more, you know? And as we keep going on with the conversation, bro, one of the things that, as we start heading towards the end of the conversation, what are some goals that you guys have to achieve? I know you guys just achieved a big goal right now, but what are some things, you know, one thing that I learned with the business coach is you have to plan 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead. You know what I mean? Is there goals that you guys have set for 5 years, 10 years, or anything like that? Because where does Elite, where do you guys want Elite Electric to be in 5 years?
So currently, you know, we've got some of our goals finished for the year. where we're at right now is pretty much building systems to work ourselves out of a job. You know, building everything around, like, so everything that I do, we're building systems and building processes that are documented that says, hey, if I want to hire somebody to do what I've been doing, they can come in. They have everything they need to know how to do every single thing that I do. That way we can work ourselves out of the position to get out of doing the day-to-day. Focus for me, and I'm sure for him too, focus on, you know, building this company as big as it can get. You know, I would say 50 employees, and then moving on to the next venture and building something else. Maybe for me, I do want to do something, you know, nonprofit wise, something with kids. I think giving kids education that, you know, we never got as building how to build businesses, meeting professionals in the community, things like that. That's something that I would be passionate about.
For sure.
So just building something more than what Elite is, and also taking the values that we've built into Elite and sharing that with the community more than we already have. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You?
So yeah, I mean, just, you know, when like how we started, it was Elite Electric only, just Elite Electric. You know, now turning Elite into an umbrella and having underneath the umbrella multiple Elite companies. You know what I'm saying? So venturing out, like you said, within the next, you know, 10 years, where we're not just promoting Elite Electric, we're promoting Elite with everything underneath it. You know what I'm saying? And we've already slowly been tapping into different LLCs already. Slowly, you know, we haven't really took off with them a whole lot, but building an empire, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Building an empire.
And seeing what can happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you never know, man. And one thing I'm sure you guys agree with now, that you guys have like this, your mind is open up to business, right?
Yeah.
And so is mine. And and it all comes down to belief.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think that's what it comes down to, is when you have like this idea and you're like, man, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, like the only thing that's going to stop me from doing that is me. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead.
It's funny because like we drive around, right? And like, I mean, as a business owner, what do? You look at other businesses and you think about it and you're like,
You dissect them.
you know, you're like, man, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do that. It's not hard. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, getting them ideas rolling and then pushing them through. You know what I'm saying? As an entrepreneur, your mentality state changes like 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're all about just what's next, what's growth, what can we do next, you know, to bring more income.
It's crazy, bro, because it's not just the mentality that changes. It's you that changes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it has to, it has to evolve. Just as your mentality is evolving, bro, your body has to evolve.
Exactly.
Your relationships have to evolve. Just everything.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
I think you guys are starting to see that and know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
You?
I'm 34.
34?
Yeah.
See, I'm 31.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See.
Like, I'm a little behind y'all.
No, but shit, you're doing a lot of good things though, bro.
Yeah. So,
like I said, I've noticed you since you was 23, like you said, bro. I've been noticing.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you guys coming on. I'm gonna finish it off with this last question, man. It's a question that I ask every guest.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, it's something that I really think about for myself. But like, let's just say you guys are 55, 60 years old.
Yep.
You know, you have your families. You guys are very successful. You guys have everything you guys have been working for. And you guys are at home, hanging out with your fam. Maybe they're asleep, and you're just sitting on the porch. When you guys look back at your employees, when you guys look back at your businesses, when you guys look back at everything, what do you guys want to be remembered for? What kind of person do you want to be remembered as?
I guess for me, man, you know, being that little guy that grew up really hard, you know, that guy that, you know, like I said, didn't have nothing, you know, had family here, you know, from Mexico, and just never had any kind of I guess just say like a mentor in my life. Never had anybody, and you know, I had lost family members and everything like that. Life was just hard, and I still pushed forward. Still pushed forward to where it didn't beat me down. And here I am now, 60-some years old, looking back like, damn, I did this. I made it. And let me go ahead and mentor other kids that didn't have it though. Yeah. Because my goal in life is to help other people. Yeah. It's always going to be my goal in life, and I'm always going to be that person to be very like humble. And you can always count on me to help you out. Whether even if like your family or it's just somebody that I barely met, I will sit down and I will talk to you. And I will try to do everything I can to help you. because I'm that good part of guy. So
That's dope.
just looking back at that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You, bro?
For me, I mean, I would say close to the same. I feel like anybody, giving back and being that person with that servant mindset that, when people need things, they can come to you, whether it's knowledge or just trying. I just want people to remember me as a good person, a person that they know they can count on, no matter what situation. And we'll see. Hopefully, 55 will be on the beach and
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Hanging out.
chilling.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
At one of the properties,
Yeah,
one of
one of the properties.
one of your own properties where you just that's your crib.
Yeah.
That's the goal right there. Real estate.
Real estate.
Real
Man, it's
estate.
big dreams, bro. It's big dreams.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad I brought you guys on. You guys, we have the same mentality.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And this is why I created this podcast, is to connect with people like you guys and to continue to get more juice.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Continue to get more juice so I can keep going forward.
And really for anybody like watching the podcast, to your guys, younger kids or anything like that, like I said, we never knew what trade school, like I didn't know what trade schools was. So if anybody ever wants to know about trade schools, they can always reach out to me, Steven, Larry. Man, we love to sit down and talk with kids, especially like kids coming out of high school.
For sure.
That have no guidance. We can lead them, whether they want to be electrician, HVAC, plumber.
Yep.
We have all them connects now. We know multiple entrepreneurs now, and we'll be happy to help all these kids.
I'm glad you said that, bro. I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that to end off the podcast,
Yeah,
because
for sure.
that's necessary.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like you said, I'm with you guys to try to continue to build the community.
Yep.
And anything I can do. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
sir.
like I said, thanks for coming on, you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited
Yeah.
to see what you guys become. And I'm sure this won't be the last podcast.
Yeah, I said we'll be back.
We'll be back in a couple. We'll give it some time and see what happens, man.
Yes, sir.
And so we can tap back in and see what else we've ventured off into.
For sure, bro.
Thank you guys for coming on.
We appreciate you, Nelson.
having us.
No,
Yes, sir,
no
bro.
problem, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks.
What you guys think?
That was dope.
Cool.
That was dope. Yeah, real good.
Quality.
Yeah. Like you said, like-minded entrepreneurs, bro.
Minded,
Yeah.
And that was the whole point of this podcast. And conversations like this happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now everybody gets to hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was dope.
I love it,
You guys
bro.
did a good
Oh, yeah.
job.
Appreciate
man.
you, brother.
Appreciate it, man. No, I appreciate it for real.
Appreciate you, bro.
No, I appreciate
Yeah.
you guys. So when I get all these done, I'll collab with